case. So we've got an individual who is now in custody, but the Fifth Amendment protects him, and I have the burden as the prosecutor to prove beyond a reasonable doubt anything that I've charged him with. And so I wanted to just quickly talk about an incident. I can tell you that an incident happened on May 30th, and there was a report, and law enforcement has investigated, it turns out, a home invasion and 2 counts of criminal sexual conduct on minor children. And I received the report, reviewed it, and my office has now charged 2, well, up to life. We've got 2 charges, CSC in the first degree, 2 counts, and we also have a home invasion, and that's a 20-year felony. So we've charged that, and we're waiting for the trials and the court proceedings to begin. And the very first proceeding was today, and that was the arraignment. We had an arraignment about 1:30 today, and at that arraignment, some facts were released, and the details we won't give. We've got to be impartial and make sure that this person, like everybody, gets their fair trial. But I'll tell you that based on the circumstances of what happened and the charges that have been filed, I requested no bond, and the court agreed and granted no bond. That, of course, puts the burden on me and my office to make sure that it kind of lights a fire, and we've got now requirements to get this done at a certain time that otherwise I would have more time to handle this, but that's okay. This is very, very serious, and we're ready to handle it. And with that said, I wanted to thank law enforcement, because the night this happened until really the arraignment today, this was a very big deal in our community. And I had close contact with law enforcement, and I would like to turn it over to Undersheriff Jason Bingaman.
Thank you. My name is Jason Bingham. I'm the Undersheriff with the St. Joseph County Sheriff's Department. Like the prosecutor said, we have been fielding several questions from the media over the last couple weeks. And so we wanted to get you folks together so that we could answer those questions in a group versus one at a time. So hopefully that'll be more efficient for all of us. Obviously, this case is a pretrial case for us, so being able to get into the specific details of all the investigations is not going to be possible at this time. But we are going to try to give you some insight into what led us to the apprehension of this suspect. I'd like to start by saying this. My deepest concern is for the victims in this case. Right, we had a couple minors that were sexually assaulted, and so for them and their families, our thoughts are with them. It's our intention for crime victims to see justice and to reassure our community that they're safe and that they're secure. On March 20th, 2024, our deputies responded to Sweet Lake Trailer Park, which is in the southeast corner of our county. During this investigation, it was determined that 2 minors had been sexually assaulted inside their residence during the overnight hours. In a short amount of time, we had a person of interest, and the investigation led us to the suspect in this particular case. The investigation was 12 days long, and my investigators worked tirelessly the entire time to try to make sure that we were able to get our hands on this individual. The suspect did flee the state, and we located him in Fort Wayne, Indiana. And so I'd like diligent collaboration between the law enforcement agencies, several of them. But in particular, I'd like to point out the help that we got from Fort Wayne Police Department, their Vice and Narcotics Unit. They helped us tremendously in the apprehension of this individual. I'd also like to say thank you to the Sturgis Department of Public Safety, as they were instrumental in the initial investigation. After his arraignment today, Miguel Hernandez Ruiz, 26, was charged with 1 count of home invasion, first degree, 2 counts of criminal sexual conduct in the first degree. And he's lodged in the St. Joseph County Jail at this time with no bond. He also has an immigration detainer. Hernandez Ruiz is a Mexican national, but he was residing in the city of Sturgis at the time of this incident. His status is simply that he came here in 2021 on a temporary work visa. That work visa expired in December of 2021, and he remained here. We continue to work with the prosecutor's office to make sure that due process is going to happen for the suspect and our victims in this case. I want to express my gratitude for my staff and their effort that they put into this, because it truly was 24 hours a day until we got him apprehended. And so my thanks go out to them. We are gonna try to answer a few questions that you might have in reference to this. But again, bear with us if it's just something we can't answer. There will be an updated press release that we're also gonna send out, but it basically is highlighting a lot of the same information that we've already discussed today.
Has there been a motive that has been established?
I can't answer that. That'll be something that'll come out in a trial setting.
Yes, sir.
The parents said that they saw a vehicle leave, quote, the park, that maroon Jeep Commander. What park is that? Is it adjacent to the, or I guess it's the trailer park?
That's correct. It's Sweet Lake Trailer Park. Yes, sir.
Do you know if there's any relationship between man and the girls? Like, was he a friend of the family, or was this just random?
That's another thing I think we should hold off until, that's evidence that'll be introduced in a trial setting.
If he had been at the house once before?
Again, I don't want to give anything away that's going to be used or offered up as evidence, unfortunately. Now, with that said, if somebody FOIAs a police report, I can't do anything about that, but I can't give information out that will be possibly undermine his defense in this setting.
The suspect is found guilty. Would he serve his time in the U.S. before being deported? Would he be immediately deported? How's that?
He'd serve his time first, and then ICE would take care of the deportation issue.
I have also a question on the immigration status. It says, in a probable cause affidavit, it says that he was stopped by Sturgis Police in 2023. Was there anything happened with his immigration status then as well? Because that's after that 2021 visa expired.
Yeah, and I don't have that answer for you. What happened with the Sturgis Police Department, their contact with him?
Are you all able to provide the ages of the minors?
We are not.
Jason, I know initially the sheriff's department said that there was other law enforcement agencies in Indiana that helped out. Can you talk a little bit about the cooperation between these agencies and how it led to the arrest?
For sure. There were several agencies that we worked with. There was a task force out of Indianapolis, as well as the TSA. I've already mentioned our cooperation that we've had with ICE. And so there were multiple people. And so essentially we knew that the suspect was in the Indiana area. But certainly knowing his background, we were concerned that he was a flight risk.
What connection did the suspect have to Indiana?
Yeah, I believe he had family in Fort Wayne.
Thank you, everybody, for being here today and for your interest in caring about the community. We're going to move forward the best we can and make sure that he has a fair trial. And thanks again.
Thank you.